Hey guys, it's Max with GTN Official here, and in front of me, I have a very large box. Now, if you read the title of the video, you probably know what's inside of this box and how much it cost me, but we'll get into that in a moment. I think first we should open it up and show everyone who hasn't seen it yet what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my review of the Pixio 24-inch 144Hz monitor. If you read the title for this video, there's a very good chance you're wondering how I got this monitor for under $35. That is thanks to this video sponsor, Shopabunda.com. Shopabunda.com allows you to finance nearly any product on Amazon. From drones to phones, you can split up the cost of a product and make it more affordable for yourself by financing it monthly. Abunda is how I was able to get this monitor for under $35 per month. Again, huge thanks to Abunda for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the review. Alright, so, getting back into the review. First, let's see what this came with. So here we have the monitor itself, which we will get into in a moment. Power supply. A poster of sorts that explains to you the included items. This may be a vase mount, and a piece for it, and a cable for the monitor. Okay, so this is the monitor base, so let's start with this. Alright, now that the monitor is set up, it is time to get it hooked up and start testing it. Alright guys, so I now have everything fully hooked up and we are going to try and boot up the monitor. So the monitor is turned on and on Google. First thing we are going to attempt to do with it is scroll through the settings on it and see what it's got. So, using the power button on the back of it, hitting the up arrow, switches modes, and you can scroll through them, RTS, iSaver, Standard, Movie, and FPS mode. We'll keep it on that. Hitting the right arrow, as you can see at the top right, is the three inputs, DVI, HDMI, which I'm using, or DisplayPort. Hitting the down arrow puts a little cursor there, so if you're playing an FPS game that doesn't have one, it can help guide your aim. This is a esports monitor, as advertised. And hitting the left arrow controls the volume. Alright, so I think we should test out the FPS on this. So guys, when I went to frame rate test this, I ran into a small issue. The USB-C to HDMI converter that I have does not support above 60 FPS. So I will still be showing off some frames tests, but I cannot go above 60. And then I will be showing some gameplay, so let's start with the UFO frame test. As you can see, it does easily achieve 60 FPS. And it stays there consistently no matter what I do. The other test that I want to run is the eye tracking test, which again, as you can see, runs perfectly. On a lot of monitors, these black dots will be blurred, and it will be very hard to see. This monitor does indeed support 144 Hz. I have confirmed that, and I apologize for not being able to demonstrate that here. So now we are going to game on this monitor a little bit. I'm actually going to be using the Xbox One because I think it will better show off the capabilities of this monitor. So although we can't demonstrate the capabilities with the frame rate of this monitor, I am going to demonstrate the graphical capabilities by playing Apex Legends on it, which is a fairly graphically intensive game for the Xbox One. I am using a standard model Xbox One, not an S or X, and we are going to see how it looks. So if you are curious, I am going to be putting the specs of this monitor up right now. So this monitor does, as previously mentioned, have a 144Hz screen. Using DisplayPort, it supports up to 120Hz via HDMI. It has single audio out, compatible with console and PC. It is 1080p, curved, and bezel-less, as you can see here. So since we are only doing 60 FPS, I'm actually going to switch the mode back. I think we'll do standard. From a front view, I think this looks pretty good. It's a little bit hard to capture on camera. It is definitely running at a full 60 FPS. So the monitor has automatically prompted me to enable advanced monitor/TV features, so I'm going to enable them. They've enabled allow variable refresh rate. It says this eliminates screen stuttering and tearing during gameplay on TVs that support either HDMI, VRR, or Radeon FreeSync 2 technology. You may notice some choppiness while playing back game captures when this is enabled. Alright guys, so I've hooked up an old water speaker, and this is now the most jank computer/Xbox setup of all time. We are going to get into a game and see how it plays and how it looks. We're playing as Watson. So this game is locked at 30 FPS while you are dropping, but as soon as I hit the ground, it should carry over to a 60 FPS lock. Now, one sad thing about Xbox is that most, if not all, games are locked at 60 FPS. Some are even locked at 30. So we're not going to see a very high frame rate while playing this game. I'm lucky I can get a gun. For some reason, I only spawned in with one partner, and I feel like he's about to get finished, so I'm going to go try and help him. It is very clearly running at 60 FPS, and there is less motion blur than on my normal TV, which is 1080p 60 FPS, so I'm glad to have that. Oh no. There we go. There we go. So I ended up killing one more, but I was eliminated while attempting to save my teammate. But overall, this plays very well. I'd say the contrast is its weakest aspect. It is a bit low. I find it to be a bit dim, and I know I could definitely change that. Also, I really appreciate the lack of motion blur. There's just none at all. Huge thank you to everyone who watched this video, and to Shopabundle.com for sponsoring it. I know this has been a different type of video, and I apologize if you didn't like it. Please let me know your thoughts, whether they are good or bad, in the comments below. I appreciate every one of you watching this video. Thank you all so much. This is GTN Official, signing off.